Okay, you know what? For all three of them, I'll say you get like half points for that.
Half points for more right?
Who spot the faker?
Oh, it's Bakura. Oh, son of a bitch.
I made an evil Yu-Gi-Oh quiz based on YouTubers that I like and you've probably already seen beforehand and forced my innocent friends to participate in it for the chance at fame, glory, and trivial Yu-Gi-Oh knowledge flexing. But enough about me, the host. Why don't we join the contestants to see what the game's about? Greetings, everyone. Welcome to the Ceradust evil Yu-Gi-Oh quiz, where our contestants like to introduce themselves.
I am Kirby Star Warrior. I am here.
I am Ozma101. Apparently, I'm the one person here who knows what the fuck a Go Rush is. Please buy my merch at acggoods.com/store/OzzyHoppa-shop. Pretty please. Thank you.
Well, that sounds like a pretty cool shop people could buy stuff from.
I'm Daisy Foxtrot.
Yeah, let's go!
Yeah!
Alright, well you see, I... Yeah, anyway, I'm Luxter. Hello!
Alright, now that we have everyone introduced, we're going to start by introducing the contestants to the rules. This is going to work like a typical game show. Each player will go in order from alphabetical down onward to choose a category and answer the questions therein. If a player answers incorrect or fails to answer within 1 minute and 30 seconds, the player below them in the order can go next, and if that player guesses right, they get the points. This should keep going until all the players go. If nobody gets the answers right, then everyone loses. Points in order are from 100, 200, 400, 800, etc. Whoever has the most points by the end wins, and remember the most important rule of all. Have fun. We have the categories of Yugioh Friendship, Reverse Quiz, Number or No Number, Try and Guess, Unformed Void, and Altergeist Multi-Faker. In order of these categories, we have the Yugi section, the My Valentine section, the Joey Wheeler section, the Ishizu section, the Seto Kaiba section, and the Bakura section.
You know what? I think I'll go with Yugioh Friendship Yugi. Let's start off nice and simple.
Oh, you chose a really good one. Yugioh Friendship is a category relating to questions that revolve around the anime, manga, really any piece of Yu-Gi-Oh media that doesn't involve playing the card game, but like, mostly the anime and manga. But don't tell the players that or else they're gonna know that I stink. Also, you might assume my voice sounds different between these recordings, and in that case, I don't know what you're talking about. I sound normal to me. A skill issue on your part, frankly. Sucks to suck, buddy.
I see.
In Yugioh GX, which character canonically committed genocide to get the spell card Super Polymerization?
Wow, the fact that this is the first fucking question I knew.
You know, this is a layered question. There's a lot of potential answers for that.
That is true. There's only one correct one.
I'm about to say here, so... Do I just say what the correct answer is, essentially?
Yeah, I believe you may, if you wish.
Cool. So, technically it is his later question because either one of these names would be correct. It is the Supreme King, aka Jaden Yuki.
And you are correct. You got it. You figured it out.
Yeah!
I was gonna say, if you didn't get this question right, I was going to be extremely concerned.
I'm gonna say,
Frame one, Supreme King.
See, I was so worried you were going to do a trick question and say it was either Ron who was the Nissel ruler and starting that mission for that, or you Bal who orchestrated the whole thing.
Yeah, no, that's true. I was gonna say, to be fair, if you answered either of those, I probably would have given you like a half point, because that is technically also true.
Okay.
But, like,
this is the most memorable genocide
yeah, no,
versus
to be
the bunch.
fair,
I have 100 points. Yippee.
You have 100 points now. As of 101 is in the lead. Now we're back at the board. Daisy, which category would you like to choose?
Oh, so do you have something to mark out the Yugi symbol and you just...
I'm glad you asked.
Wait, the new Danganronpa's going crazy.
A bot body has been discovered.
Anyway.
I'll do number or no number.
Oh, which character?
Ishizu.
Awesome. Number or no number is a category where I show off the art and effect of a number exceeds monster from the hit show Yu-Gi-Oh! XL, and the players must tell me where the card originates, be it anime, manga, or the TCG/OCG itself. Number 22 Zombie Stein is a dark attribute rank 8 exceeds monster with 4,500 attack and 1,000 defense. It requires 2 level 8 monsters and has 3 effects that you may read if you desire.
Turn. Must be XD, so it cannot be a special summon any other way. Once per turn, either player's turn.
Anime. Final answer.
Cannot attack female.
Wait.
Kirby, I believe you're next in the order. Where do you think this card originates from?
Even if it wasn't for Daisy, I'd know it because I remember seeing it years ago on the wiki. Manga!
You're correct, it is from the manga. Yeah, no, the manga is the goated place where we get effects like this card cannot attack female monsters.
Yeah, that's what. For some reason, I thought that was an anime thing.
Maybe if it was Duelist Kingdom rules.
If it were Duelist Kingdom,
I've heard like
absolutely.
Duelist Kingdom, like Yugi had a monster. It's like, oh, like I have a female monster. She's unaffected by your Shadow of Eyes trap card or whatever.
Shadow of Eyes may lure men into battle, but it doesn't work on female monsters.
Alright, Kirby, you have 200 points now. You have taken the lead.
Such a dumb fucking chud.
And now that you've taken the lead, which category would you like to take, Mr. Star Warrior?
Well, it isn't right to exclude the other half of Yugioh Friendship. Yugioh Friendship Joey.
Yugioh Friendship Joey. All of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime have an accompanying manga to support it, except for one. You will have to guess which series that is.
I swear to God, if you're pranking me with tricking me with this image, I'll be so upset. I'm going with Range.
You are correct. It's Yu-Gi-Oh! Brains. Yu-Gi-Oh! Brains.
Christmas.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Brains is the one anime among the original series that does not have an accompanying manga with it.
Actually, no, I want to go this even further. It's the one Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime that just doesn't have a manga, period. Seventh and Go Rush both have manga adaptations.
Okay, so dude, I was so worried that it was a trick question and it turned out to be Seven's Ogowas, but it just wasn't in the image because he only said the book.
I'm gonna be honest, when I made the question, I was thinking of the original shows, but thanks to Azov's support, that was correct. I didn't need to look into that. Alright, Kirby Star Warrior, that puts you at 400 points. Luxter, you are up. Which one would you like to choose?
You know what? Nothing risk, nothing gained. We're going to go with Seto Kaiba for Altergeist Multifaker.
Alright,
Goddamn.
now to go to Altergeist Multifaker. Ruh-roh, an imposter is stuck into the crowd. He look exactly like a character except with 1 or 2 details changed. The players need to point out who the fake is in order to save the truthers from, I guess a bomb, I don't know.
Faker, I think you're the fake around here. You
Alright,
comparing
now-
yourself to me?
I'm gonna let you know, I was hoping this would be chosen later in the quiz because this one mixes up the premise of the question. You must spot the truther. Who among these is actually a Yu-Gi-Oh! Character?
Dang, this is a good category.
Oh my god.
Oh, Luxter, you have 1 minute and 30 seconds to figure this out.
Okay, I've seen the guy with the suit somewhere. I know it ain't him. I'm going with... You know what, Mr. Samurai on the far right. Alright,
as of 101 is back to you. Who among these is a Yu-Gi-Oh! Character?
So, I'm going to guess it's the lady.
Oh, this one right here?
Yeah, I'm about to say, that's the only female as far as I can see in this crowd.
Your feminist assumption would prove to be correct. It is Princess G/Gubumi Perisaki from the Yu-Gi-Oh! Rush series.
I was like going, she looks like a fucking Rush character.
Your
She
assumption...
was my second guess, but I was thinking, no, this is a trick question. It's the one with the blandest design.
Oh god, if I can say above board, I really thought this fucking jobber from Buddy Fight would get somebody.
It would have gotten me.
You know what? That's real. I can always count on you.
Yep, that's 400 points. I'm
That's
now at 500. I got...
Luxter.
No, that's Azzy. Azzy.
That's me! I got it!
Oh, you got the point. Sorry, I was anti-feminist for a moment. Azzy, as of 101, you have taken the lead.
Ooh.
And now it's back to you, Azzy. Which category will you choose?
I'm gonna stick with Yugioh Friendship. Let's go with Ishizu.
Alright, Yugioh Friendship Ishizu. In Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds, which Synchro Monster's summoning was accompanied by an insert song?
Oh god. Okay, so this is the case where I know which monster it is. I know it's not Stardust Dragon. I know that for certain, but it's within Yusei's line because that's what the insert song I'm pretty sure relates to.
Yeah, I will be fair, if you can tell me, like, if it's like Stardust or like one of its evolutions, I'll say that's like half points.
Yeah, but I want to try to get the fucking full points is the issue.
That's true.
I don't want to say it's Majestic Stardust Dragon, because I know it's like uses, I think it's like a Majestic Synchro, and then it's Stardust, and that gets a dragon. I know the song's Clear Mine.
Okay, you do know the song, so you know what, I think even if you get it wrong, I'll give you half points for knowing what the song is called.
Yeah, I knew at least what the song was referring to. I think I'm gonna have to just take the half points to say I know it's a Stardust Dragon evolution.
Alright, it is.
Who gets the full point?
You know what? We'll go to keep seeing who gets the full point. Daisy, do you know which specific monster this is?
No, but I'm gonna guess, Shooting Star Dragon?
That is correct! You got it!
Got it!
Yeah!
You figured it out!
Congratulations!
I will give Azov half points for getting the song. The summoning is accompanied by Clear Mind by Masaki Endo, aka the GOAT. Same guy who made the opening song for Boom Boonger, by the way. So you get 100 points, and Daisy gets the full 200.
Yay!
Speaking of which, Daisy, it is now back to you, I believe.
Try and guess Joey.
Try and guess Joey. You know, I'm just gonna do this preemptively. I'm sorry, Joey, I had to do it to you. Try and guess is a category where the players will be presented with all the information of a card, except its name, and the players will have to guess it just from the context clues around it. Failing this means that they not only lose the points, but they also misgender the poor cards. And on Pride Month, no less. For shame, players. What is this card's name?
Oh, shit, I'm gonna get...
What the hell you mean that's a Joey card?
Yeah, no, it's Joey's famous card, you know. Remember when he used it against, like, the Jinzo guy?
No, I mean, it's like, I'm staring at Joey as in level of difficulty. He's like, oh, okay, so this will be medium difficulty. I don't think I've even seen that thing.
Don't worry, this is medium difficulty.
Interplanetary Purpley Thorny Lion.
Kirby Star Warrior, would you like to guess this card's name?
You're gonna hate me, Daisy. Interplanetary Purpley Thorny Beast.
That is correct! Interplanetary Purpley Thorny Beast!
What kind of a fucking name is that?
It's an awesome name!
You know, I was thinking...
Interplanetary Purpley Thorny.
Kirby and Azzy are now tied for the lead. Kirby, it is now your turn.
Alright, let's go with Yugioh Friendship Kaiba.
Yugioh Friendship Kaiba. In 2011, writer of the Yu-Gi-Oh! R manga, Akira Ito, would go on to co-create what card game?
God damn it. Okay, so this is basically a coin flip. I'm gonna go with Buddy Fight.
Luxter, would you like to guess which card game Akira Ito created in 2011?
I'm just gonna take a wild guess and say it's the Digimon TCG.
Azov 101, we're back to you. Do you know which card game Akira Ito created in 2011?
I believe it should have been Card Fight Vanguard, but this was during one of the worst years for Yu-Gi-Oh! In terms of competitive, and that's what immediately went ahead and overtook it.
Correct! He did create Card Fight Vanguard.
I don't like a Vanguard or Buddy Fight. I just wasn't.
Yeah, no. Which one was the problem? Because I was gonna say Buddy Fight was like 2013, 2014-ish.
You know, I just want to say, like, I think I was saying, like, you know, Azzy would be, like, the one to beat in this quiz, and this is proving that.
I'm sorry, I watched too many Bubbles McFumbles from Yu-Gi-Oh! Iceberg videos.
Monster Capsule, Breed and Battle.
Alright, I believe it has come back to Luxter now. Which category will you take?
Okay, I'll be a little smarter with this one. I'm gonna go with Ishizu Unformed Void.
Ishizu Unformed Void. Unformed Void is a series of Chris McClane type unethical challenge. Wait a minute, what? Are you really telling me nobody knows Chris McClane anymore? Everyone knows Total Drama, come on. Okay, fine, whatever. I'll update it. A series of unethical challenges in the style of beast games, not normally permitted. As such, the rules of the question are on a per-question basis. You're like everyone's favorite card game, it's the questions that make up the rules. Fourth one.
What?
Oh yeah,
We are just in hell now!
Oh yeah, no, welcome to Beast Games. You must say something nice about Mystic Mine, Max C, or Secret Village of the Spellcasters, or do 20 push-ups. Achieving either objective the fastest allows you to win, starting with
We
Lobster.
literally cannot verify the push-ups.
Nick, you're staying with me. Everyone else, go to your coffin.
Okay, well, listen, I will take that you did it. You just need to give me the time.
Okay, no, alright. Okay, no, I'll do it. This is easy. Okay. Alright, so Mystic Mine, like most stun decks, are able to give lesser-known, older archetypes a chance in the meta. Maxi also punishes combo decks that special summon like 50,000 monsters per time. And Secret Village of the Spellcasters is the best spellcaster sport in general. It makes the type itself viable in any format that isn't dominated by other spellcasters.
Oh, that was pretty good. I should clarify, I meant to write in the question or, so it was supposed to be just one, but you went with all three. I'll say that's pretty good.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say here, I feel like this question was tailor-made for Luxor, because of course, the man who uses Secret Village of the Spellcaster would say something nice about Secret Village of the Spellcaster. I would have literally done this 20 push-ups myself. You not even talk nice shit about Mystic One. I hate that fucking card.
Anyway, get started on those push-ups, I guess.
Becky's got the points. What's the point of the push-ups?
I'm about to say, yeah, what is the point?
Well, you just need to tell me when you finish. That's just, whoever's faster wins.
God, I already said.
It's like Luxor already has the points. I'm not gonna go ahead and just do tight push-ups to also get the point.
Okay, so does that mean you're just giving up, or?
I am giving up. I'm not doing that.
Daisy, are you
I did
giving
the
up?
push-ups. I did the push-ups.
Kirby did the push-ups. Let's go. Does Daisy giving up, or has she done the push-ups?
I didn't do the push-ups. I can say my thing about Mystic Mine in 5 seconds. The card art looks nice.
Damn, the card art does look nice.
I mean, yeah, you know, I guess that's fair.
Yeah, the card art looks nice. I also really like Max C's like kind of insect motif going up with a bunch of yellow glowing eyes.
That's true.
God damn, I
Winning
didn't
the
know
round of
Unformed
Unformed Void on pure efficiency, Daisy gets 200 points.
I was lucky.
Go!
What about Luxor?
Yeah.
Well,
What am I?
Okay, but Daisy was faster. You had a bit of a longer speech going on.
But I said something nice for all three of them. Though.
Okay, you know what? For all three of them, I'll say you get like half points for that.
Half points for more? I see how it is.
Okay,
I see
fine.
how it is.
Alright, fine. You can have your
This
pity
is a game of
points.
capitalism, Luxor. It's not about who does it the best. It's about who does it the most efficiently.
Taylor, my host.
That's
Can I get
me.
half points for the? Can I get half points?
Because since you actually did the push-ups, I'll give you half points, yeah.
Thank you.
Azzy, it's your time to go.
You know what? I want to see. You know, it'll be nice because she hasn't been picked yet. Yugioh Friendship, My Valentine.
Yugioh Friendship, My Valentine. Before Duel Monsters was introduced in Chapter 9 of the Yu-Gi-Oh manga, what was the manga about?
Okay, so the original manga was literally about how Yugi was possessed by the spirit of the pharaoh, and they just essentially played different games for each chapter because it was a different punishment game based on the different person that they were going up against. So one was like a card game where they went up and down based on the cards. One of them was you could only move one fucking finger or something. Try not to die.
You are correct. It was a Monster of the Week series about the Shadow Game / people fuck around and find out.
Yippee.
Dude, I think this one's my favorite. I think this is like Shadow Game air hockey. Anyways, that is 100 points for Azelf 101. Let's go.
Yippee.
Alright, Daisy, it's back to you. Which one are you choosing?
I'd like to see what the last category is. Reverse quiz. Sure.
Reverse quiz, let's go. Reverse quiz is a simple multiple choice trivia question that you will be demanded to understand or else die. Unfortunately, it isn't backwards. I just couldn't find another quiz themed card to base it around, and I was too scared to turn on the anime filter in EDO Pro. Quiz, go! Which card was not the ace monster of a filler episode jobber in Yu-Gi-Oh! GX?
Okay, Jinzo was that one guy who dressed like Jinzo. Moki Moki was that guy who was high. I'm gonna go with Sacred Phoenix of Nephthys.
That would be correct. Every other monster was used as an ace monster during a filler duel, even the Winged Dragon of Ra.
Yeah, I was about to say here, Winged Dragon of Ra was for season 2. Jinzo was just the actual Jinzo spirit.
Yeah.
And the Moki Moki guy was just really on drugs. Anyways, Daisy, you get those 100 points. Let's go.
6,500. I win.
I win. Anyways,
stop the count.
Anyway, Kirby Star Warrior, you are up. Which one do you choose?
Let's finish off Yugioh Friendship. I'm going with Bakura.
Yugioh Friendship Bakura. This is the hardest question in the category. In Yu-Gi-Oh! Exils, which character was meant to give Kite the closed 8 trap card in an alleged episode plot?
God, this is...
I'm gonna be honest, my Yu-Gi-Oh! Autism might be a bit too powerful. I will genuinely be shocked if anyone can guess this one.
Yeah, this is literally just gonna be guess. I'm going to go with, the oldest one of Vector's kids. What's it? I think he went by, Quint?
Alright, your answer is Quint.
Whoever's the oldest one of Vector's. Not Vector, Vectrix's.
Yeah, Vectrix. I was about to say, wait a minute. I mean, how far does Vector's bloodline go? Anyway, that's incorrect.
I figured.
Luxter, which character in Yu-Gi-Oh! Exil was meant to give Kite this trap card?
Okay, so to me, the obvious answer would be... What was the Tachyon guy's name? Like
Mizar.
Misael or what?
Mizar?
Mizar? I don't think.
Yeah, Mizar or Misael, one of the two.
Yeah. Misael, I think, might have been the name.
I mean, it was scrapped, so you know your memory's not going to affect it.
No, I know, but I'm talking about like just like out of the characters in general, more or less. Okay, I'm gonna go with that guy regardless. Misael, yeah.
Incorrect. As of 101, do you know which character this is?
Have you guys seen Bubba McBumble's Yu-Gi-Oh! Iceberg Part 6? Because if you do, you would know about the Variant Observer!
The Variant Observer! That is correct! This was a scrapped episode pitch where before the duel with Misael, some guy shows up and gives Kaido a trap card that counters the Variant Emperors.
Well, I was fully expecting a Go Rush one, but then I saw that going, wait a fucking minute, I know this trivia! I watched the man!
I watched the man!
No stance switching or anything like that. We're pretty much starting over from zero.
I was gonna say, I also watched that video, and I knew it was a character that didn't exist.
Alright, as of 101, you get 800 points by winning that. You are definitively in the lead now.
Damn it. Man, I keep taking these big swings, and Azzy ends up getting them.
I'm sorry, but my autism just decided to hyperfixate on things. Apparently, this is what it uses playing stories for.
Anyway, Luxter, a whole category has been wiped off the board. It's your turn.
Okay, Alright, you know what? We're gonna go big or go home. Seto Kaiba reverse quiz.
Seto Kaiba reverse quiz! What is the name of the city Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc 5 takes place in?
Oh, I don't.
Yeah, no, it's C, Miami City.
Correct. It is Miami City, otherwise known as Paradise City.
Yeah, no, I remember I was making a joke. It's like, yes, the beautiful Miami, where card games take place.
Anyway,
yeah, no, I was joking about how, like, like, this is Miami, like, the secret dimension is Detroit.
No, can I just say, I'm incredibly proud of the other names I came up with to trick you guys of Chicago and Neo Detroit.
Neo Detroit.
Anyways, that was Seto Kaiba, so Lucky, you get 400 points for winning that question.
Hey, place.
Back at the top, as of 101, which category will you take?
You know what? Let's do number or no number Yugi.
Number or no number Yugi. This should be a pretty easy one, actually. This is number 17 Leviathan Dragon. It is a rank 3 Water Xyz with 2,000 attack and 0 defense, requiring 2 level 3 of monsters and has 2 effects. Where do you think it comes from?
Random question. How do you define cards that are both in the anime but also in the TCG?
For cards that are in both, I count their anime appearance first.
Okay, so I guess by that count, it would technically be anime first. This was technically one of the first numbered cards that Shark had, but I know it had a TCG equivalent.
You are correct. This is the first number shown in the anime, even before Utopia.
I'd like to challenge this.
Yeah, challenge this a little bit.
So, well, yes, it was in the anime. However, the first volume of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Zeal manga was just like that, was telling the same events as the anime for the diverging point where after Yuma's first duel against Kite, and Yu-Gi-Oh! Zeal's manga had its first chapter before the anime, which is where Leviathan Dragon would have debuted in.
That's a very compelling argument from the other player. We're going to have to figure this out. Ooh, it lands on tails. Kirby's logic wins. Kirby, you're gonna get the points for this one.
I'm
not upset by this. This was like literally the first one, but it was also a case where I felt awkward because like that's just a TCG effect. I'm like, I mean that's just an actual card. There's no funny shenanigans like it cannot attack girl cards for some reason.
Yeah, for real. Anyways, Daisy Foxtrot, it is your turn. Which category will you take?
Yeah, Unformed Void Yugi.
Unformed Void Yugi. Let's go. This is gonna be a very simple one. What is your favorite archetype? And each player has 1 minute to explain why in order. Go.
Yeah, I like DDD a lot because there are a lot of unique themes that are compiled into one, uniformed deck. There are obviously the CEO-themed cards in Japanese, and there's also a bunch of scientists and philosophers, as well as just general, monsters, like fictional monsters. But I also like the fact that it uses all of the summoning conditions and that there's no, uniform, thing that unites them like most archetypes. It's a very complicated deck, and I really like how complicated it is. And it is just one of the more unique decks in Yu-Gi-Oh! In general. And also, I really like the new support. I think it does a lot to make the archetype go even further beyond what it is. Unfortunately, it's not very consistent, but honestly, that inconsistency makes for more fun games anyway. So, in general, yeah, it's just a very neat deck that I really like.
Alright,
I'm autistic.
Alright, Kirby, what is your favorite archetype and why?
Alright, so I'm going with the FAs, also known as Formula Athletes. I really like their aesthetic of these futuristic race car drivers on the scenes. Growing up, I loved watching this anime, Retsu and Go, which had a similar futuristic racing car theme. But the FAs have a really good gimmick of essentially their attack and defense are attributed to their levels. So the higher levels they are, the stronger they are. But additionally, and along with their attack points, they gain additional stats as they reach a certain level. So this is a great way to incorporate levels into the game, making them dramatic. Because not only would the FAs all make really good for materials for various Stinkball and Xyz monsters you can put in your deck, but levels themselves become a resource on your own. And another really underappreciated thing about FAs is how the majority of the FA spells or trap cards, in addition to having them cause increase in levels of FAs.
Alright, that has been a minute. That has been a pretty good explanation. Luxter, what is your favorite archetype and why?
Alright, my favorite archetype is Wind Witches. They're a very simple archetype to pick up, it's a very easy, one-card combo, but even then, it's nice to see a burn archetype that isn't just FTK central. And they're spellcasters, so, I got into the game knowing mostly about spellcaster support, so, that was pretty easy to, adjust and help learn the game with. And also, I adore the aesthetic of the Synchro monsters in particular. The stained glass ornament motif is just really, it's just really cool looking, and even then, Diamond Bell's a really fun boss monster. Being able to use the burn damage for control effects as opposed to, again, FTK Central. And done. Yeah,
I see.
Clock it. That's
Very
it.
good answer. As of 101, what is your favorite archetype and why?
Okay, so we're allowing to count sub-archetypes because I feel like
I will
my favorite
permit
archetype
that.
is... I gotta stay here. I don't want to go, oh, it's heroes. My favorite archetype is evil heroes. Back when I was out of Yu-Gi-Oh! The only way I got back in was because my boyfriend went ahead and just said, yeah, so here's this character named Supreme King. And I'm like, going, the fuck's the Supreme King? Looked him up, got invested into him, and then had to really figure out how the heck to play his deck. And not only was it super easy to pick up, I think it just had some of my favorite boss monsters all time, like Malicious Fate, and then eventually Neo's Lord, my beloved. The way he looks is so awesome. But there's also a case where I find that the heroes in general, I find are a very easy archetype to learn, and also the fact that they're always somewhat rogue viable makes it very nice for me whenever I want to actually try to beat up my friends. I do think that while there are stronger decks that I have played with, such as my Yubel Beansman deck I play on Master, this is always the deck I like coming back to because it gives me the most amount of joy. And that's my own timer saying I had been done with my minute.
Cool. I will say, to be fair, I do think getting into the game again because of a specific anime character is an all too real feeling. I can go through like the number of decks on top of my hand that I play in Yu-Gi-Oh! Or otherwise because a cool anime character played it. You all win for giving such a good, unarticulate answer about that. Each of you get 100 points.
All right.
Yeah!
I will say, a part of me was thinking about the time rules from last time, and I was tempted to go like, I just want to destroy people's cards and inflict burn damage. Is that so wrong? Yes!
I will say that is the only answer that would have not given you points. Kirby, it is your turn. Which category will you pick?
Let's go reverse quiz Joey.
Reverse quiz Joey. Let's go. Which card is not a plot point in Yu-Gi-Oh! 7/Go Rush? Is it A, Monster Reborn, B, Seven Roads Magician, C, Time Machine, or D, Mirror Force?
I have not seen a single episode of this. However, because Mirror Force was a crucial thing in Brains, I do not think they'll do that twice in a row, so I'm going with Mirror Force.
You really think they wouldn't repeat the same thing twice? You're saying that's your final answer?
That's my final answer.
And you would be correct! Mirror Force is the only card to my knowledge in this group that isn't a plot point in either of these shows. You are correct. Anyway, it's Luxter's turn. Which category will you pick?
Alright, high roller, Seto Kaiba on number or no number.
Number 39, Messenger of Hope Utopia. This is a rank 4 Xyz monster with 2,500 attack and 2,000 defense, requiring 2 level 4 monsters and has 2 effects.
Okay, it has the cannot be destroyed by battle except with the member effect, so it's probably not the game. Let's see. This card destroys there's a graveyard. You can special summon it to your field. I'm going to say the manga, because I know it did not have that last card in the anime.
Incorrect. As of 101, is it the anime or the TCG/OCG? Is it the...
This is the TCG. This is one of the overframe cards that they just made.
This is the overframe
When the
Utopia.
anime affected, I hate it.
They specifically included cannot be destroyed by battle except by a number monsters.
I now understand why Luxa says I'm the one to beat. What the fuck you mean my autism this strong?
No,
Yeah,
you're
in the
on.
anime, that's just an inherent rule.
Yeah, no, that's just an inherent rule in the anime.
I was thinking about like it was that, but it was like no wait, like I thought like it looked like TCG art, but it's like no, that's just there to throw me off.
You fool. Back to As of 101. Which question would you like to pick?
You know what? Let's go with number or no number, my. I feel like we're just doing the same thing we sort of did last time, so now we're gonna choose between Joey and Bakura.
Number or no number, my. This is number C32 Shark Drake Levi's. It is a rank 5 with 3,100 attack, 2,600 defense, requires 4 level 5 monsters, or can be summoned by discarding a spell and using a rank 4 Shark Drake Xyz as material. It has 2 other effects.
Alright, if I remember, this is a TCG card. It's a retrain of the original Chaos number 32.
That is correct. I thought I could trick you with this, but no, you got it.
Yeah, no, you're not tricking Azzy when it comes to Shark.
It's like, surely I'll trick her with this V, who is being proven to be a menace in this game.
Alright.
You would think.
As of 101, you get
Yay.
100 more points. Daisy, I believe it is your turn now.
Man, this is gonna be shitty content if I don't do a power play. Number or no number, Bakura.
Number or no number, Bakura. We're just wiping this category off while we got the chance. This is Number XX Utopic Dark Infinity. It has a rank 10 Dark Xyz monster with 4,000 attack and defense, requiring 2 level 10 monsters to summon it. It has 2 effects.
What do you mean there are Roman numeral numbers?
Yeah, no, there's a singular Roman numeral number.
Okay. I'm gonna say it's the manga because manga always does weird shit like this. Manga.
Your guess is correct. However, it's not from the Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal manga. It's from the Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc 5 manga. In the manga, the main villain of that Eve summoned a number, a sacred beast, and a Time Lord, specifically.
Oh.
So anyways, that was the Bakura one. So Daisy, you get 800 points.
I'm in second, baby.
You're making a comeback and you're coming in clutch. Kirby Star Warrior, it is your turn again. Which will you choose?
Alright, let's go. Try and guess Kaiba.
Try and guess Kaiba. Let's get that down. What is this card's name?
Fuck off.
Alright, I'm just gonna go. Siranui Saga Swordmaster Blue Spirit.
Incorrect. Luxter,
I
would
know,
you like
I'm
to
close
take a
and
guess?
incorrect.
Okay, this is just gonna be shot in the dark, but Moonlit Envoy.
As of 101, would you like to snipe it?
I do. It's literally a case where I'm having to look through it real quick, because I remember who it is. It's just, Lord knows that
You're looking it up? You're looking
I'm looking it up to remember how to say the English name, because it has a different name in Japanese, and I remember that one more.
Say the Japanese name, and we can confirm.
It's Translytic.
That is correct. It is Translytic. So
No, it was literally I remembered the name. I remembered the Japanese name Rannick. I had to remember what the English version was. Like,
that's fair enough. Okay, Lucky, it's your turn.
No, let's just get rid of number or no number. Joey.
Number or no number, Joey. Let's just get this category out of the way. The card you'll have to guess for is number 15, Gimmick Puppet Giant Grinder. This card is a rank 8 that has 1,500 attack and 2,500 defense.
Why is the image like
monsters. That? Oh, the image is like that because I didn't want to show off the feet. Anyway, it has one effect.
Okay, you can't fool me with that anime image. I know that is the in-game effect. So I'm gonna go with the TCG.
As of 101, would you like to claim it?
You have to remember what he said earlier. If it appeared in the anime and the TCG, he would have counted the anime one first. It's the anime card.
The rule. It's the anime card. You're correct. This is
skill issue.
That was actually a skill issue. Sorry, bro. You could have had that one. On God.
It literally was there's a reason why I asked when we got to number 17. Because I knew it was I think it appeared in the anime first, but this is the actual card the way it's printed in the game.
Yeah, no, my hint was using the art for the anime version. Anyway, Anyways,
no, I refuse.
I believe that was Lucky's chance, so Azov, it is back to you.
We'll do reverse quiz Bakura, actually.
Reverse quiz Bakura, let's go. Which cartoon has a Yu-Gi-Oh! Parody / homage featured in its first episode? Is it A, League of Super Evil, B, Camp Lake Bottom, C, The Amazing Spies, or D, Robots?
Sits in the corner and realize I have seen none of these shows. So, well, you know what? Fair game for everyone here if I don't get it.
It's a 1 out of 4 chance. You might be able to do this.
Somebody tells me it feels like there would be a Camp Lake Bottom one.
Incorrect.
Okay, there.
Daisy Foxtrot, which show do you think it is?
You know what? It's not.
You have 3 choices in front of you.
I know. I'm gonna roll a D8 anyway.
Let the dice decide your future.
I'm gonna go with League of Super Evil?
Incorrect. Kirby Star Warrior, you have 2 choices ahead of you.
Oh my god, you know, Daisy, if you didn't, I would have guessed League of Super Evil, so thank you for that. So it's 50-50. I'm going with Rollbots, rolling the die.
Incorrect. Luxter, would you like to guess?
The Amazing Spies.
Correct! It was the Amazing Spies. The main villain they fought in the first episode is a card game playing kid who suspiciously resembles Yami Yugi.
I'm being honest, I knew none of the shows. There was no way I was gonna get this one. I see it.
Okay, I will say, I did see Camp Lake Bottom and the League of Super Evil, so I was like, okay, no, it's not
I've only seen League of Super Evil.
I'm gonna be honest.
I watched it as a kid, and I was like, well, maybe it could have had one in an episode I didn't see.
Okay, I'm just kind of sitting here like, am I the only one here who saw The Amazing Spies?
Yes.
I never heard of The Amazing Spies.
It was
okay, I was confusing that with Totally Spies at first. That's how confused I was.
Daisy, it's your turn. Which question will you choose?
Altergeist Multifaker Joey.
Altergeist Multifaker Joey. Let's go. This is my personal favorite category. I'm kind of sad you guys didn't pick more of these earlier.
In fairness, I did kind of like start off like to make it seem harder than it was with the Kaiba.
Spot the Faker.
Oh God, no! Is the fourth person's hair always blue?
Well, I mean, I don't know if I can say that. I think you're gonna have to choose a character to get that answer.
Don't say anything. Don't say anything, Azzy.
It's not your turn. It's not your turn.
Okay.
Is it? I'm just gonna say it. Is it girl number 4?
It is not girl number 4.
God dang it!
All right, Kirby Star Warrior. Which of these characters is the Faker?
By process of elimination, I'm gonna go with Noah Kaiba's.
No, I'm gonna say, I thought if anyone here would be able to guess it, it would be you, Kirby. Anyway, Walkster, it's your turn. There's 3 characters left. It could be.
Okay, so quick question. Are you saying like a character that had like a small change to their design, or just like a different form in general?
A character whose design has been altered by Photoshop.
Oh, Photoshop. Okay, in that case, I'm gonna guess Trudge, because I see like a green belt and like a black belt.
Correct! The scar was edited out. The scar.
Oh,
the scar!
Oh my God!
I wasn't even the belt, it was just the scar!
You're right!
What?
Yeah, Tetsu Trudge has a scar, very notably. That was Joey, so that is 200 points for Lucky. Your turn, Kirby. Which category will you go for? The board is starting to thin down a bit.
Yeah, it is. Uniformed Void for 400.
Unformed Void, Seto Kaiba. Let's go.
Right, yeah.
In 30 seconds, each player will go to my DMs and type out as many decks that they have played or have built. This could be deck names, archetypes, etc. Whoever writes down the most in 30 seconds wins. And begin! Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that is time.
Damn it.
I actually couldn't think of any more. Fuck.
All right.
I think I had too many be a bit wordy.
Coming in at last is Daisy and Azelf101 tied for 6 archetypes.
Damn.
Man.
Coming in second is Luxter with 10, and coming out as the winner is Kirby with, I believe, 12.
Whoa! Congratulations.
I believe I owe you a couple of 400 points. Lucky, I believe it's your go now.
Okay, I'm going to pick... Try and guess Ishizu.
Try and guess Ishizu. What is this card's name?
I know it's the Overframe. What did they call it? Okay, the Ultimate Dark Magician.
Azelf101, would you like to try and guess this card's name?
Being honest, no, I forgot.
Okay, you forfeit?
I forfeit. I'm sorry. I
Daisy
actually forgot the
Foxtrot, would you like to guess this card's name?
Dark. Magnificent. No.
The Magnificent Magician.
Fucking. I'll just take a page out of the Dragon's book. Dark Magician, the Darkest Magician.
Incorrect. Kirby Star Warrior, you have one final chance to guess this card's name.
So, the thing is, usually it would be named after their attack in the anime and all that, like Ancient Gear Golem Ultimate Pound, for example.
Yeah.
But Dark Magician had a spell card that predated that trend, simply called Dark Magic Attack, so I don't think they're doing that twice. So, and it's definitely not Ebony Illusion, so I'm pretty sure the only other main option is Dark Magician, the Pharaoh's Servant.
That is correct. This is Dark Magician, the Pharaoh's Servant. I'm actually impressed you got that one.
For many years, something I do to this day, I scroll through Dueling book and look through new cards specifically to see if there are any retrains or upgrades to all pre-existing cards and stuff like that.
Alright, with those 200 points, Kirby and Luxter are now tied for second, putting Daisy technically in third, and Azzy is still dominating the lead. Can they break this tempo? I believe it's top of the order again, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, so it's my turn. You know what? We'll do Altergeist, Multi-Faker, Bakura.
Altergeist, Multi-Faker, Bakura. You're going for the big bucks, ma'am, and I appreciate it.
I need to keep my lead.
Spot the faker.
Do I get a hint as to what I should be looking for?
You're gonna want to pay attention to the small details on this one. This is the most devilish edit I have cooked up.
Oh, okay, cool. I actually have to look carefully because I know Rebecca was literally just added in as a character in...
I would like to remind you, the timer is 1 minute and 30 seconds, started from now.
I'm actually trying to look. If I'm to look for the devilish details, it's actually hard.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Characters are very detailed, and that's the problem.
I'm going to go with Yugioh. I can't tell if his yellow little ring things are in his eyes anymore.
Alright, Yugioh, final answer.
Yeah, let's go with Yugioh.
Daisy, would you like to guess who among these is the faker? You have 4 choices.
Not really, but I will. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Is it Zone?
You're correct! It's Zone! The crystal color was orange and not blue!
I haven't stared at Zone for a while. You know what? Congratulations, Daisy.
Okay, I will say, this was my most devilish edit, because I was like, what if I changed the crystal color? Would any of them catch on to that?
You know, I was thinking it was, I remember seeing Zone once in Dueling, so I was thinking it was the eye for some reason.
Fair enough. Daisy, you get 800 points, putting you firmly in second place.
Stop the count!
Anyway, Daisy, it is your turn now. Which one will you go for?
I need to make power plays, man. This is gonna make shitty content later. Unformed Void, Bakura.
Unformed Void, Bakura. Let's go. Each player must present a 2-minute max argument on which deck or card, quote-unquote, ruined Yu-Gi-Oh! The one who provides the most convincing arguments wins. Starting with Daisy, go.
Okay, it is fucking,
How much do you hate Yu-Gi-Oh?
What's the 4-link coder again?
Access code.
Access code talker, thank you. Access code talker ruined the game because it is it's a stupidly easy card to summon. It emphasizes how stupidly simple links are and how powerful they are for so little resources you have to give them. Plus, it has a very powerful effect that banishes monsters and ups the attack. And it's just proof of why link climbing is just the dumbest, most brain-dead game plan you can ever have. At least with synchros, you have to do addition. At least with XZs, you have to count. At least with fusions, you have to take into mind what type of monster or what monster you're using. Don't get me started on pendulums. I think pendulums actually improved the game somewhat, and that's my hottest take. But no, link summoning is the worst mechanic they ever did, and access code is just the face of why Yu-Gi-Oh! Is just so brain dead simple now.
Alright, you know what? I think that's a pretty good answer. Going down in order, Kirby, which card or deck do you think, quote-unquote, ruined Yu-Gi-Oh?
I am going to go with Blue-Eyed Spirits Dragon, because not
that's
only...
a really good one.
Yeah, so first off, by design, it instantly limits how much, you can actually do. Because, cannot special 2 at a time, which on its own, not too bad. Heck, a good counter for the pendulums. But the main problem comes with how, by simply being able to tribute it whenever you want, during either player's turn and all that, which not only you can essentially just, banish one of your opponent's cards for free and all that, but you can loop that back with no cost, no difficulty, by getting out something like Azrai Silver Dragon, or more annoyingly, Blue Eyes Ultimate Spirits Dragon, which not only will essentially breathe negations to whatever your opponent tries to do once you get it out. But with the other stuff, you can also use through the aforementioned allies easily bring back Blue-Eye Spirit Dragon to continually shut down whatever your opponent tries to do from the summonings, card effects, or simply just trying to make access to their graveyard whenever they want with no actual cost to it, because by their design, they're meant to be quick effects activated whenever, which you do not need to do any cost. So effectively, the flow of your turn and how much you can even do is dictated by your opponent's whims, which they can easily loop with no cost to themselves.
Oh, that's a pretty good one. You know what, I will say, from my Master Duel experience over the last year, I can back up a lot of what Kirby is saying. Blue-Eye's Ultimate Spirit Dragon especially makes this card so annoying. Lucky, it is your turn. Which card or deck do you think, quote-unquote, ruined Yu-Gi-Oh? Which card?
Okay, so, Farfa's gonna kill me for this if, but hypothetical, he sees this video, but Burning Abyss ruined Yu-Gi-Oh! And here is why. Say what you will, like, because while going through this, I was thinking, okay, so combo decks or control decks, but that's not like, you know, that's just a style of play. That's in every card game. Burning Abyss, however, started the trend where the graveyard becomes a second hand in Yu-Gi-Oh! More or less. Basically, it's like, oh, you know, just like get things to the graveyard to get the floating effects and then bring them on the field, more or less. It's to the point where not only, like, every deck now has to have, like, a second hand in order to play off the graveyard to compete with the meta in general, but it also means that, like, destruction effects, they don't count anymore. Like, oh, boo-hoo, you destroyed my card. Hey, thanks for the free graveyard setup. I could just use resources from there now. No, now we have to have cards. Now we have stuff like Kashtira and Malice that just, you know, and, you know, cards that, like, banish, bounce, shuffle into the deck to the point where it just becomes so common. To the point where banish has to have its own term now. Banishment, as opposed to, like, just being the ultra bad thing. It's the thing that actually matters in terms of disruption. So yeah, so in short, Burning Abyss ended up, like, causing a arms race with the graveyard effects that caused, like, you know, more decks to, like, be power crept by a result.
I see. I think that's a very... Honestly, I'll say that's a pretty good answer. As of 101, what card or deck do you think ruined Yu-Gi-Oh?
You know what? I'm going to say more so a deck, but it's gonna actually be on top of Daisy's. I'm going with Link Climb decks in general. Particularly speaking, I was gonna speak around the era when Link was first introduced, because around the introduction of Master Rule 4, and when essentially anything that's name was not Link deck was essentially gutted, especially if your name was Pendulum. It essentially made the game real difficult for people to get into, especially with the new ruling and how it kind of went ahead and reinforced having to do Link stuff, where you could go ahead and spam out monsters and essentially FTK people. I believe one of the more infamous moments around this time was the fact that Joshua was on Danger Dark World and he went up against a kid who just had a bunch of decks, or like something similar, if I remember the story correctly. But it's a case where because of Master Rule 4 and Link Climb decks, people started to leave Yu-Gi-Oh! To the point where they just actively went to other TCGs like Buddy Fight and Vanguard. And it really took a lot for people to get back into Yu-Gi-Oh! Once we had Master Rule 5, and maybe every card type that thing was not Pendulum was not as gutted. Pixels is still slightly gutted, but hey, maybe it's recovering, maybe. I don't know.
No, true. Maybe one day Pendulum will be good. Okay, you know what? That's also a pretty good argument. I will say, as much as I like citing specific cards, like Access Talker and Blue-Eye Spirit Dragon, this is a tough one, actually, to settle on. Because I can't decide whose I like more.
Do you really love me?
Okay. Objection, she's manipulating the Quizmaster.
Actually, have you considered my secret technique, the wedding ring? I think I'll have to give it to Luxter for Burning Abyss and forcing, like, the power creep to go up even more in this game.
Like, when Luxter made his argument, I was like, yeah, that convinced me I'd give it to him, too.
No, like, I'm willing to say he has that one.
I will say, Azzy, yours is a very close second, because that spoke to my heart. That spoke to my heart as a Cardfight Vanguard player. Anyway, Kirby, I believe it is your go. The categories we're starting to get near the end of this quiz.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with Reverse Quiz Ishizu.
Reverse Quiz Ishizu. Let's get that one out of the way. What is Yugimoto's ace monster? Is it A, the Dark Magician, B, the Silent Magician, C, the Nightmare Magician, or D, Karibo?
I keep overthinking these. I keep thinking I'm gonna do a trick question. I'm going with Dark Magician, but if you tell me it's Karibo or Silent Magician, I will find where you are and punch you.
Alright, Dark Magician. Luxor, would you like to answer?
Oh gosh, this is either Silent Magician or Karibo. You know what? I'm going with the GOAT, Silent Magician.
Alright, Silent Magician is correct. While Dark Magician is...
Yeah, because Yugimoto...
Yeah, I was about to say. Dark Magician is the ace monster of the Pharaoh, whereas Yugimoto's ace monster in the ceremonial duel are Silent Magician and Silent Swordsman.
Yeah,
Kirby, this is why I do not trust people.
God, this is why I was talking about myself overthinking. I was thinking he would do the Silent Magician, but I'm like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just overthinking it.
Alright, Luxter, that is 200 points for you for taking the question. It is now your go.
I'm just gonna knock off reverse quiz with Yugi, the Pharaoh.
Reverse quiz Yugi, let's go. Which trap card did Revolver not use in Yu-Gi-Oh! Brains? Is it A, Imperial Order, B, Mind Crush, C, Light Force Sword, or D, Magic Cylinder?
C, Light Force Sword.
You are correct! Revolver is used every other card.
Yeah, no, because, the gun-themed guy obviously used Magic Cylinder. Mirror Force was an entire plot point. Imperial Order, I remember from a meme specifically, where it was like, oh, that's why Imperial Order was in his structure deck. Thanks, I hate it!
Alright, Luxter, you get 100 more points, putting you definitively in second place. Alright, back at the top, Azelf 101, which category would you like to choose? They are slowly fitting in number. We have wiped 3 categories off the map.
I'm gonna go with Altergeist Multifaker Ishizu.
Altergeist Multifaker Ishizu. Let's go down to that one. Spot the Faker.
Do we have a hint for this one? Because I don't want to just magically default to the 7th girl.
The clothing is the key.
Clothing is the key. Alright.
Oh, I know it.
Yeah, I know it.
Alright, Azzy, it's all on you to get this. It's all on you.
Wow, yeah. Stairs. This... Weevil's supposed to have buttons,
what?
right?
Is Weevil your answer?
Yeah, like, wait, he's supposed to have buttons, right?
You're correct! He's supposed to have a design on his coat. You got that correct.
I knew it!
I knew it, cause it's not just that, in his Jealous Kingdom, he has this little shredder vest thing.
That's right, as of 101, you get 200 points, keeping you in the lead, but the others are quickly catching up to you. Alright.
Don't lie.
Daisy Foxtrot, which question would you like to guess?
Try and guess Bakura.
Try and guess Bakura.
That's the only way I can
I will say, there is a chance you could actually get this one first try. What is this card's name?
You little fucker.
What is your guess? What do you think the card's name is?
Because you show it in the effect,
I'm
so it
about to
can't
say.
be that.
Ooh, you catch on quick.
It's
could mean anything.
that dumb meme version you use.
Okay, but you'll have to guess the exact name.
It starts with ass and ends in no joy.
All
I
right.
can't remember that second word.
Do you wanna say the full name? Do you wanna try to guess the second word?
Ass blossom and no joy?
That's correct! It's Ass Blossom and No Joy!
Yes! Let's go!
All the Bakuras are off the board as Daisy gets 800 points, putting her in second place!
I'm coming for your ass, Azzy! I'm coming for
Alright,
your ass!
Kirby Star Warrior, it is now your turn. I believe there are 5 questions left on the board.
Yeah,
Six questions.
6, yeah. Unformed Void for 200.
Unformed Void Joey, let's go. Oh, there's that timer. I knew I was forgetting something. Uh-oh! An anti-woke propagandist has gotten their hands on Yu-Gi-Oh! To claim it as anti-woke media. You must give a 130-minute max rebuttal about something specific to Yu-Gi-Oh! That makes it inherently woke. No repeat answers. Best argument wins. Kirby, what makes Yu-Gi-Oh! Woke?
Okay, so let's start with the obvious one. Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds, how its entire premise is built around an anti-class system and how capitalism is something that detriments the civilians. So, by design, Satellite is where they're dumping grounds for the poor, but also undesirables such as like criminals or people who are people who know too much of government secrets and the like. The people in the city are taught, even as children, as we see from Leo and Luna, that people from the satellite or people with criminal marks are inherently bad people and thus shouldn't be associated with. Along with that, the main villain of Season 1, Rex Goodwin, intends to use Satellite essentially as the sacrificial lambs to move the battleground up between Sinos and Dark Sinos there, so that all of the casualties within the war, or as many as possible, will specifically be where the filthy poor people are. Along with that, the many villains such as Tetsuo Trudge, the Senator Armstrong, and even in Season 2, like Roy Baltimore, are either corrupt authority figures or executives who abuse their power, before Trudge's development in his case, or harm innocents, like the guy CEO who murdered Sari's parents for his own gains, to gain their own power at the expense of innocents, and to maintain their higher status.
Ooh, you know what? I'd say that's a pretty good answer. Just the entirety of Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds from a thematic perspective. That's true.
Yeah.
Alright, Luxter, what is something specific to Yu-Gi-Oh! That makes it inherently woke?
Okay, so the franchise in general has always had a theme about how other cultures, ancient, cultures, preferably of color, have, influenced, games in, a more post-colonialist, imperialist world. For example, let's not forget Season 0. Where Yugi ended up getting a puzzle piece from, the Pharaoh, from ancient Egypt, more or less. And the whole thing revolved around, how he plays the games, more or less, how he's the king of games, and how, each game is actually secretly, a dark deal, or how it was back then. And even then, for, a show that was, in around 1980s, 1970s, Japan, it actually is pretty diverse. We have people, from Egypt, go across to Japan and, see, act the actual, sort of, as a bigger thing with the card games. And we can see this, in other shows as well. Yugioh GX is, a school-based, put on top of, an island, more or less, what the Shadow Riders are. And, 5Ds, not only that, but we also have the Society of the Stars, and, the ancient village based on the Acolytes, more or less, about how they influence the card game, with the 5 dragons also influencing the world around them. Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal is kind of where the franchise became, less in touch with its roots. However, when it went to a more sci-fi as opposed to cult aesthetic. However, the point is, the core of Yu-Gi-Oh! Has always been about how, previous cultures have, influenced, game design of the modern century.
Ooh, that's a pretty good one.
In short, Yu-Gi-Oh! Is woke. Yeah.
Azof 101, what about Yu-Gi-Oh! Do you believe makes it woke?
You know what? You're right, guys. Yu-Gi-Oh! is woke. You know what else Yu-Gi-Oh! is? Gay. Very gay. Oh, dear God, is it so gay. There are so many LGBTQ plus members in this thing. It's crazy. I'm gonna go with the more confirmed ones. For example, Belle, my beloved villain arc for the 3rd season of GX, technically speaking, is non-binary. But while they were born male at the start, because of their process of becoming a dual sphere, they ended up just having what I'm gonna call question mark gender. They have male and female parts. They had to get actively censored by 4Kids because of it until Duel Links reverse censorship in the funniest way possible of just make half of their body on the gray.
No,
that'll work.
I will add to your bit. I think with the specific term for people with male and female parts is intersex.
Okay, I was I didn't know if intersex and non-binary was the correct term, so thank you.
It's one of the two. I know that much for you, Belle.
Yeah, but also in the case of it here, there's obviously a whole lot of it implied. The relationship between Jaden and Jesse, for example, in GX, is very much implied to be that of, we're gonna say, history would call them friends. People with eyes would say it's something more, especially when you did add in Belle to the mix, and how they often speak about their love through possessing Jesse's body, which is an experience they have. However, my favorite example, odd enough, is gonna come from Go Rush, because none of you guys have seen it, but I get to talk about it here. The main plot for the slideshow arc that is involved for the 1st season, in fact, that slideshow wishes to go ahead and take the vows of the Earth Dhamma, this alien super thing, as well as Rush Jules, to go back to his home planet and end war by basically obliterating it all, but also to make sure that all of his people, the Vigarians, are actually people, since they are all technically speaking a bunch of aliens that are dying and being reborn to fight in an endless war that's just never never going to stop. Yugioh also came to Earth to discover Rush to stop the war, but only to do it through peaceful means. And in fact, he's arguably the most human out of all his Belgarian brothers. And when Zweigel confronts him in the final duel that Yugioh beats him in, so he admits that the reason why he became human is because of love, specifically because of his love for Zweigel, which is done in a field of flowers. And he admits at the end of Duel he beats Zweigel that he loves him. And based on the wording, that sure as hell ain't platonically. Buddy, I think they're gay.
Alright, this has been an exciting episode of Are They Gay? Daisy, what about Yu-Gi-Oh! Makes it woke to you?
Alright, there may be a bit of overlap. I hope you'll forgive me. Kazuki Takahashi is very obviously anti-war. Like, to the point where he used the author notes in one of the chapters in order to protest the Iraq War.
Oh shit, for real?
Yeah, for real. Basically, every single Yu-Gi-Oh! Show has some form of anti-genocide, I don't want to say propaganda, because that makes it sound like a bad thing.
It's like preaching.
Yeah. Obviously, there's Arc 5, with the XZ's dimension being basically wiped out and turned into card. There's Reigns and its whole deal about artificial intelligence and, you know, the eventual war between man and machine. I think that's a very woke topic to go into even right now.
I will say, I'll give you one for free. Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal's whole conflict by the end of the show involves the choice of sacrificing Buried World or Earth.
I knew I was forgetting something. Thank you. There's just very obvious anti-war, anti-genocide messaging in most of the series. Hell, even in GX, we talked about it earlier, the Supreme King commits a genocide in order to get super polymerization.
Ooh, and that is time. That is 1 minute and 30 seconds. You know what? I'm gonna beat the allegations. I'll give this one to Daisy, because I think going out of your way to point out that Kazuki Takahashi is anti-Iraq war, I think that's the biggest point that these anti-woke goblins would care about.
Yeah, fair enough. I was leaning on Lucky's argument personally, but yeah, the point of Kazuki Takahashi specifically. Fair enough.
No, the moment like Daisy brought up the author, it's like, oh no, we lost.
We all collectively lost.
All right, I believe it's Lucky's turn now. There are 5 questions left on the board.
Okay, well, they're all 100 questions. In that case, I will go. You know what? We're gonna go with the multi-faker My Valentine.
Spot the faker.
Yusaku.
That's right, Yusaku does not have heterochromia.
I was looking for
I didn't notice that.
I am the left. Oh, that's what I was. I mean, who is that guy?
I was gonna say, which guy?
The guy on the left.
You mean Scud from Dark Side of Dimensions? Everyone's favorite character?
He was from Dark. Oh, I thought he was a Restral character.
No, he's like some guy who shows up in like Dark Side of Dimensions world and Duel Links.
He's just a Potter guy who gets murdered.
And he showed up before Eddie Vrain's character in Duel Links, which I think is hilarious.
It's so funny. Anyways, that's 100 points for Lucky. All right, back at the top of the order. Azelf, there are 4 questions left.
My Valentine, Unformed Void.
My Valentine, Unformed Void. We're gonna get that category off the map right now. Who's your favorite Yu-Gi-Oh character? Anime, manga, card war, abridged series, etc. And why? Best articulated answers wins. Starting with you, Azzy.
Well, guys, welcome back to Ozzy Talks About the Supreme King again, part fucking 2, I guess. So anyway, I need to actually explain this. This is a lot more of a personal day for me. So technically speaking, the Supreme King tied back to this TTRPG thing I was in. There, I actually did meet my boyfriend. One of the powers he got was, in fact, the Gentle Darkness. So me, not knowing what that was, had to look it up, and then looked up the Supreme King. And then that led me down a fucking rabbit hole. I already have a soft spot, apparently, for soft, edgy characters, and oh no, the soft and edgy is right there. But also, in fact, it's just another thing for me that the easiest way to get to my heart is just by taking the hero character and officially corrupting them in some way to make them essentially not whatever would have been their normal thing of doing. And I think that's usually my favorite trope. Obviously, also see things such as Shark becoming Nash, for example, is another one of my favorites. But just the way that the Supreme King arc is handled, even the short amount of time, it's just like one of my favorite things ever. He also has probably my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh design of all time. It's all in that armor. It is Like,
No, to be fair-
so immaculate.
To be fair, it does lead into that category of design that I also think is really fucking cool and dope.
Is that also he has a spitting dual disc shield and like, dude, we need more cool dual disc designs like that.
No,
like, yes,
true.
the Hyper Sweet one looks neat and cool and all, but we need ones that actually kind of just take the original design and actually just do crazy shit with it. GX had a lot of those, and we need more.
And that'll be time. No, I will concur. The downfall of dual disc designs in Yu-Gi-Oh! Is something that needs to be studied in a lab.
Yeah.
Anyway, Daisy, it's your turn. Who's your favorite Yu-Gi-Oh! Character and why?
Okay, this is a bit of an out there pick. Yuya Sakaki from Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc 5. I simply like that despite all odds and despite everything that happens in his life, his number one goal in life is to make people smile. And that's a very simple but admirable trait. Obviously, the way Arc 5 does it isn't the best, but I think even in its lowest moments, I think Yuya shines through a lot, particularly in the final episodes. I think even when it's the weirdest and most confusing it is, he is a definite highlight of the show. And he's probably the best protagonist the series has had since Yugi.
Ooh, that's
Since Jaden.
Okay, there we go. I was about to say, that's still a big claim, but you know what? It's not as big.
And yeah, that's my answer. That's my...
Alright, that's a pretty good answer. I was gonna say, if we weren't gonna get angry comments from Burning Abyss, we're definitely gonna get comments from that.
Yeah!
Kirby, how do you feel? Who's your favorite character and why?
I'm gonna go with Jack Atlas, because not only does he have a very nice take up on the rival, how not only does for Yu-Gi-Oh! The main rival being the former friend who betrayed them and do it really cross the line by not only stealing Yusei's Duel Runner and signature card, but kidnapping and endangering Rally to do so, but he has a really good embodiment of personal ambition and ways to achieve it. During his duel against Yusei, in the Fortune Cup Finals, or Grand Prize to be specific, he internally notes how he gave up his friends and his honor and so much to escape into the city and get in a new life, and he hates the idea of Yusei beating him so that he didn't have to do any of that sacrificing to accomplish that ambition, and it shows how much that truly gets to him as a unique way so it's not simply idea of regretting it, but how he could have done it without sacrificing his morals for it, and it's something he doesn't want to accept. And after his defeat at Yusei's hands, he continues to embody how much personal ambition is important when everyone is starting to be all down at the idea of separating from each other, but Jack kicks his way in, calls out them all for not being willing to forge their own paths, and as he goes by taking down a bunch of other former characters in the series to prepare his duel against Yusei, he challenges Yusei to one last duel, not just to settle the score, but for everyone to realize what it means, what they truly desire out of life, and how your own personal dreams are something to follow, even if it separates you from your friends. It's an interesting way to show how he does still value friendship, as we see his post-development thanks to Carly's influence, which is one of the best romances, probably the best.
Oh, true. Side note, all of Carly.
Yeah, but it's also a great way to show how it's not inherently a bad thing to put your own personal goals above friendship. The idea is balancing that out, and while Yusei also balances out, but he does value friendship more so, Zack personally desires achieving his own ambitions and improving himself over bonds, but he learns that it's not at the expense of throwing them away entirely, and that is a great interpretation of one's personal power versus the power of friendship.
That's a really good one, honestly. Did go a little bit over time, but I respect it. Luxter, who is your favorite Yu-Gi-Oh! Character and why?
I really didn't think about this too much before, but throughout going over all my options, maybe a hot take, I'd actually say I from Yu-Gi-Oh! Reigns.
Ooh, alright. Spicy one, let's go.
So, yeah, first thing is that, like, in terms of, like, the trickster archetype in general, like, it's one of my favorite character archetypes, pretty much. And I is essentially that. Like, it starts off with him pulling, like, wildcard shenanigans, like, to get out from being captured along with the rest of the Ignis, more or less. So, you know, he ends up, like, jumping, leaving, trying to find his, like, own little Machiavellian plan to, like, you know, get it back. But, like, even though, like, he's still, like, a wildcard and not too terribly bright, which I think makes him a really good foil with Yusaku, because usually with Yu-Gi-Oh! Protagonist, it's like, hey, the protagonist is like, oh, the light, and like the form is like the dark, more or less, or like the serious. So, you know, like Yami, you know, like Yami Yugi, like innocent Yugi, and like the dark pharaoh, like Jaden and Yubel, more or less, you know, etc., etc. But here it's like, you know, Yusaku being like the dark, you know, Batman of the universe, more or less, trying to defeat the Heights of Annoy. And like, you know, this time it's I being like the more comedic relief, you know, buddy character who still helps out, but, you know, is generally like seems to be a bit nuisance, but it's always to the point where like there's a little bit of depth in him, more or less. Like, I never saw him as like just the comedic relief. Like, he always had like a little hint of like, okay, he's doing this stuff with his friends, he's doing it to serve his own ends, but he's like with Yusaku, because he's also a good foil where both of them are theoretically like self-centered characters, but gradually learn to like open up to each other as the series keeps going on, which is a credit because Reigns usually never has consistent pacing. Yeah, but no, then when we get to like the third one, when he becomes the villain, he's not like the typical heel turns like, oh, I'm evil now. No, he's still like the goofy eye, but you can see like a hint of hurt, not only from like losing all of the Ignis, but also like he's doing this to like protect something else. You know, try to protect his friends, or the only friend he has left, Playmaker, which in this case is true because, like, we find out the reason he's doing this isn't just because, you know, he feels like a fish out of water being the only Ignis left alive, but because he genuinely does not see a future where him and Playmaker and the Ignis can all be in harmony. Like, it's a very layered comedic relief, villain, and, like, you know, character, more or less, that, you know, I feel like is kind of a rarity for the series.
I see. That's a pretty deep and nuanced answer. I will say for this one, I will give it to Kirby because I think he had the best analysis of the character overall.
There's three most options, so I think it's then Daisy, then me, then Lucky.
Yeah, I was gonna say, as he did go first. Daisy, you're up. There's 3 questions left on the board.
Alright, Altergeist Multifigure Yugi.
Altergeist Multifaker Yugi. I'm already saving the easy ones for last. Who spot the faker?
Oh, it's Bakura. What?
Kirby, would you like to spot the faker?
It's Vector, the hair.
It's Vector, that's correct. He has blue hair, not pink.
I'm about to say the faker
that
thing
was Dark Side
is
of Dimensions Bakura.
Yeah, no, that was Dark Side of Dimensions Bakura.
Oh, son of a bitch. Alright.
Anyways, Kirby,
GG,
that's gonna be 101 points. You are slowly but surely catching up. There are 2 questions left on the board.
Yeah.
Kirby, let's see what you got.
Yeah, so, try and guess mine.
Try and guess my Valentine. What is this card's name?
Malefic Star Dragon.
Malefic Stardust Dragon. You're correct.
Yeah.
You got it.
Oh my god, if I got lost points by not having the dust.
Yeah, no, I was tempted to go, actually Malefic Star Dust Dragon, not Malefic Star Dragon.
Well, okay, well now that you mention it.
Come on.
No.
Okay, no.
Let him have this.
No, I'll let Kirby have that. Luxter, final question on the board. Try and guess Yugi. What is this card's name?
Oh, this is a hard Weed Karibo.
Weed Karibo, that's correct. You got it.
I swear to God, if you don't get this one, I personally want to ask for all of your points.
Alright, that brings you up to 3,000 points. Now that these points have been counted up, I believe this is the end of our quiz. Wait, what the fuck? Wait, no, Cinder's moving. What's happening? Oh no!
Oh shit, here you
it's
go!
It's the void! Oh no! We're being sucked up into the void! Oh no!
No! I don't want to go to Master Duel!
Oh no, guys, I think we're stuck in round 2, the Shadow Game.
Shadow Game.
The host will choose each minigame as is his/their right. All questions here have points. Fun is no longer encouraged. Your suffering adds years to my life as the witch I am. During the Shadow Game, you may wager any number of points before a question, and if you win, you will earn points equal to the number of points you wagered. But if you lose, you will lose points equal to the number of points you wagered. If you run out of points, your soul is sent to the Shadow Realm and you lose the quiz, becoming unable to answer any more questions.
Okay, so this is just the end of Volume 8 of Ruby, except instead of Cinder getting us all into the Ever After, we were yeeted to the goddamn Shadow Realm.
Basically, yeah. Let me just manage the points real quick while you guys figure out your strategies.
We don't know the minigame.
You don't know the minigame. That is exactly what makes this such a tricky round.
My strategy is the same as when I go to the poker table. Fuck it, we ball, all in.
Bet high!
All in, you say? Daisy has said she's going all in. What about everyone else?
I will do... Give me a second to calculate math.
Did I hear an all in from Kirby?
I said all in.
All in, let's go! All in from Kirby!
I'm not going all in, no.
Alright, how many points do you want to wager?
500.
500 points from Luxter.
Boo!
I want to wager 1,600 points.
1,600 points from Azzy. All right. Question number 1 of Unformed Void will be Shadow Try and Guess. What is this card's name? Starting in order, as of 101, what is this card's name? The information I'll give you is this is an impact card from Dragon World with the Dragon attribute. It requires 4 gauge to cast. And you can only use it when your opponent has 4 less life, and neither you nor your opponent has a monster in the center. It does 4 unblockable, unreducible damage.
I don't know Buddy Fight.
If you want half points, I could give you a hint.
I'll do half points for a hint, because otherwise I'm having to sit here staring at you like, you want me to answer a Buddy Fight question for someone who has not touched the anime?
I will unveil a piece of the card's name. This will be half points. The first half of the name is Gargantua. You will have to guess the second half of the name.
It's a Gargantua Impact.
At Daisy Foxtrot, what is this card's name? It starts with Gargantua.
Is it Gargantua Strike?
Kirby Star Warrior.
My points! My points!
Okay, Gargantua Punisher.
Gargantua Punisher. That's the answer to the question.
Okay.
Alright, I will say, because I did give that hint, I'll be generous and say you guys only lose half the points. So Kirby goes up to 4,000 and takes the lead. As of 101, you will only lose 800 of those points. So you're going down to 2,500.
Goddamn. Oh, fuck. Well,
Daisy Foxtrot, due to the hint, you're only losing half those points. So that's 16,000.
When I was a sophomore in undergrad, I had a friend, she was a senior. We played both Vanguard and Buddy Fight, and the Buddy Fight, we only had like 2-3 decks we rotated between. But yeah, that was one of the cards in that dragon deck.
That's incredible. Alright, before we go on to round 2, who would like to wager points?
Okay. Well, before we begin, how many questions here are... so is this like miscellaneous? It's not even Yu-Gi-Oh anymore. It's just like various media? Or
that's for me to know and for you to find out.
All right.
I came here for a Yu-Gi-Oh quiz. What do you mean? I gotta know about fucking Buddy Fight now.
Okay. In that case, I'm sticking with 500 for my bet.
All right, 500, 500. Any other bets we got?
I'm going 500 too. I'm not risking this shit
All right,
anymore.
as of 101 for 500 going in.
1150.
1150 points. Let's go. Any points, Kirby, while I wager up?
I'll go with 700.
700 points. That's a pretty safe bet, I'll say. We're going pretty light this time around. All right, now the training wheels are coming off. We're gonna get to the real question, starting with Shadow, number or no number. Fated one of number 0 Blangdemeyer is a grade 3 Dark States unit with Twin Drive and 13,000 power, and 1 effect and 1 divine skill. Does this card come from the anime, the manga, or the TCG/OCG?
It comes from the anime!
That's true! It comes from the anime! Anyway, before we move on, I do need to showcase the funny Masadori gift so I can put it in the video.
Yeah.
Daisy wins that, so she gets the points that she wagered, and everyone else loses those points.
Even if you didn't get to answer?
Even if you don't get to answer. That's the brutality of this section.
The Shadow game.
That's why it's called a Shadow Game, you fool. Alright, now that these points have been wagered up, Kirby is still in the lead. Now before we go to the next question, who would like to wager up their points?
You know, I'm going back to all in. Back to all in. It's all
back to all in! 3,300. Alright, any other bets? Any other wagers?
I gotta go.
100.
100 points from Azof 101. Any other points being wagered?
600.
600 points from Daisy. Any other points?
You know, I'll take a bit of a risk. 1,000.
1,000 points!
It can't all be buddy fight.
Alright, starting off on
That's
Kirby
not
Star
what
Warrior.
buddy fight.
Shadow Yugioh Friendship. In Beyblade Metal Fusion, which feats do Doji describe a Beyblade being able to perform when explaining their role in human history?
Wait, do we have to name all of them?
You don't need to name all of them. You just need to name, like, if you name any of them, I will count it.
Moses parts the Red Sea.
Moses parts the Red Sea! That's true!
The power of Beyblades have been used to change the course of rivers and oceans.
I knew this one, no.
You got it. You got this one down pat. Your points have skyrocketed this round.
I'm in hell. I'm in hell.
You have lost 100 points, unfortunately. How the lead has crumbled.
I hate it here, actually.
Alright, that is down 600 points from Azzy and down 1,000 from Lucky. The brutality of the Shadow game is not to be underestimated.
Alright, all in.
All in?
At this point, it's all or nothing.
Alright, I will give you a hint before we wager your points. This next one's actually a Yu-Gi-Oh question.
Oh, thank God.
Who would like to wager their points?
500 for me?
500 from Azelf101.
Yep, I'll go with 1,000 again.
1,000 from Lucky again. Kirby, would you like to wager any points?
You know, honestly, I'm playing it safe this time. Like, now that I think I might win, now I'm just... okay. I'm playing it safe. I'm betting no point.
No points from Kirby. Alright. Shadow Reverse Quiz. Starting on Luxter, which card was made by 4Kids for a Make-A-Wish kid? Was it A?
C. Another the Great Warrior.
You didn't even wait for me to finish giving the answers. It could have been like normal monster, blackluster soldier, you know. But yeah, it's Howard the Great Warrior. You did get that correct. You did get that right.
Yeah, no, that was a Super Saiyan card.
Yeah, no, this
means that Daisy
is out of here. She loses.
Is dead.
Daisy has
Goddamn.
been lost
Can't I go into debt?
You know what? I will say, just to be fun, I'll let you go into debt. Comeback mechanic.
Now we're competing. Wow, we're competing against an actual ghost.
Alright, Kirby, since you bet no points, that meant nothing to you, man.
Yeah.
I will let you guys know there are 2 more questions left.
Okay.
I'd like to go 7,000 in debt.
7,000 in debt. Let's go.
1,000 for me, I guess?
Alright, 1,000 for Azelf101.
I will bet 600.
600 for Luxter. Kirby, any points you want to bet?
I guess 500?
500 for Kirby. Alright, starting off with Azelf101. We're going to Shadow Altergeist Multi-Faker. Who is the faker?
Oh, okay, no, it's the orange hair girl. Her outfit's supposed to be green or teal.
Oh, you're guessing Alice? That is correct! It is Alice from Bakugan. Her outfit's normally teal and green, you're right.
No, it was like finally a show I actually watched when I was a kid.
Yo, dab me up, my girl.
Yeah.
Let's go!
Okay, I'm comfortably in second now.
Azelf101 is now comfortably in second. Daisy Foxtrot is in severe Shadow Realm debt. I will let you know, the final question is coming up. So I'm going to let that influence how much you wager.
I want to see how everyone else
10,000 points.
10,000 points!
I want to see how Luxter and Kirby wager before I make my own.
Honestly, I'm playing it safe. I'm staying with 0 this time.
Alright, you're staying with 0. Awesome.
I need to get this immediately.
Alright, Luxter, how
I'm
many
gonna
points?
go with, actually no, scratch that. No, let's see.
I'm about to say, the next question's the final
I'm
question,
gonna go
right?
with 851 points.
851 points are being wagered. Azelf101.
That is an oddly specific number.
Azelf101, how many points will you wager?
400.
400 points. And for the final category, I'm going to show off the Shadow Unformed Void. Open up EDO Pro and engage in a best-of-1 tag duel, or a duel with the remaining amount of players if anyone winds up losing to this point. Which, I'm just going to remove that because nobody's lost. With a total life point of 16,000, whoever wins this duel wins the round. If it's a tie, no one wins, so... Or at least the tag duel would be here if Kirby was actually able to stay and didn't have to go for IRL obligations as if he thinks he's better than us just because he has 6,000 points. So we ended up having to improvise and make it a round robin instead, which only took a little bit longer. I will have the whole thing in the description if you are curious to see the full duels. However, this video is already long enough, so we're not showing them in full, and I'm just going to show you like the highlights of it.
Alright, anyway, I will go first.
Okay.
I should not have gone first.
I want to see if we could try to do something. I can't? Okay, that's fine. We're doing this actually, because I don't.
That was the end of the turn.
I don't know what the fuck he has on at face down.
Okay, I know she's locked in, but like I could not stop myself from hearing Copernicus.
Copernicus.
I just imagined her saying that, like twirling her hair.
Copernicus.
Copernicus, my beloved.
That's my combo starter. And now the burn damage comes in, guaranteeing the game.
Yeah, no, okay, cool.
And the winner is Azelf 101, who gets 1 point.
Wow.
Okay, I guess I fight Lucky then. I guess
we'll go losers bracket.
All right.
I really like though how Sarah tells us, hey, you guys have to win and winner take all this style, and just didn't expect any one of us to instantly go with maybe one of the meta decks, and it's just me sits here.
Yeah.
I'm firmly a believer of the philosophy, win with your favorites. I just forget that sometimes your favorites can include Black Rose Dragon and Feedsmith Lacrimode.
Thing is, I wanted to just go with the U-Bell style of winning, because that's my favorite way of winning is through the U-Bell part of the section. But the Feedsmith one's there to ensure I kind of win.
Alright, and there we go. We should be ready to begin now.
Hello. Considering getting dead.
Your Honor, plug.
Go first, obviously.
Alright.
Material girl.
Holy shit.
Oh wait, no, I think I fucked up actually. I was meant to get. Never mind, we're still back.
I do think it's funny how like the player in the quiz who's the most dead is playing DDDs.
Yeah, it just fits. I may have misplayed slightly, but it's fine.
And in
Oh yeah, I
comes...
absolutely
You
misplayed.
know-
Whoops.
You know, I was staring and wondering why I heard Caesar but didn't recognize the art, and I realized that's not the Caesar I use for kit play.
This
Oh,
is
there
the
he is.
Caesar.
There's the seat.
There's the boy.
You know, Sarah, I neglected to ask, what happens if we go 1-1-1?
Then nobody wins.
Fair enough.
And then comes
get
the
Ruddy
Ruddy Rose
Rose.
Dragon to
He's
wipe the
back.
field and graveyard. To wipe.
Alright, that doesn't destroy a card.
It absorbs it instead. It absorbs.
Yeah.
Oh, I can still do that!
Both players' fields have been decimated. Whoever
Oh,
wins.
you got a floaty effect.
Whoever wins now is whoever gets the most floating effects. As you can see at the bottom, if Yugioh GX and Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc 5 did not air at the same time, that play would not have happened, and both players would still have cards on the field.
This has been brought to you by the upcoming Pride Month merch on AC Goods.
As we've established earlier, Yu-Gi-Oh! Is quite woke. Happy Pride Month.
We tried one.
Shit, I can't activate.
Well, fuck, now I have to edit this video before Pride Month comes out. You forced my hand.
How do you think I feel? I have to actually make the fan merch. I already told you what I'm making, like the Hebe Miku thing, but I'm also, I
Yeah.
realized I could sell chibis too, so I'm trying to make chibi Madoka Homura, chibi Amlet and Ophelia from Memento Mori. I gotta appeal to my the main people who've been giving me money, obviously.
That's true.
And I'm thinking of two more. One of them will probably actually be Udius and Slyjo, just because they are the most canon for a male x male couple in Yu-Gi-Oh!
And speaking of
Alright,
male male couples in Yu-Gi-Oh!, DDD has taken the win, giving Daisy 1 point. Now it is a 1v1 between Daisy and Azel for who will win this round. And there we go, and now the final round of the Shadow Unformed Void begins now. The outcome of this duel entirely depends on how many combo breakers Azzy has.
Yeah, that's totally what I have in my hand.
There's absolutely an Ash Blossom and no Joy in the hand.
Oh, you think I put hand traps in my back?
Oh, you know what? Dab me up, respect. And in comes Garugamesh.
Because I set this, I can't.
And unfortunately, you need 2 Pendulum Zones open for Gilgamesh's effect to work.
I don't know if this works like this, but I'm testing something. And if it doesn't work out, then it doesn't work.
Okay, who the fuck is DD Defense Soldier? Who the hell is this guy?
Is this one of the newer cards?
I think so.
Yeah.
Oh.
In comes Sky King Zeus Ragnarok.
Look at that, just combines Greek and Norse. If I could, I would actually look at my deck, but I'm pretty sure clicking on it means I quit, and I don't want to quit.
That's true.
At least that's how it is in all the other fucking games, and it's I just want to see the deck. I'm not doing anything. I'm not trying to go ahead and see how the cards are shuffled in the online sim. I literally am just trying to see what the cards do.
I just want to see what the cards do, man.
What, you think I'm gonna cheat? You think I'm gonna shuffle the computer deck? I can't! I physically cannot!
Me when I Scooby-Doo cyber chase myself into EDO Pro so I can shuffle the deck manually.
That one misclick, man. I'm tilting. I'm tilting.
Wait, actually, could High King Caesar?
I think the old U-Bells are recognition effects, but I'm not too sure.
Yeah, no, I'm not going. I'm thinking based on the.
It's an effect that special summons a monster.
Oh, okay.
I was gonna say it's like Sun Tzu said, know your enemy, or else you'll be hit with an ass blossom and no joy.
The good news, I only can attack once. I've determined you're probably more of a problem child.
And now that's 4,000 burn damage.
Okay. We might have something here. We might.
Oh yeah,
and
you
Terra
might actually.
Incarnate has been forced off the field.
Oh wait, but can you pay the debt is the question.
Oh yeah, hold on.
We're about to find out.
Oh no.
Yeah, thank God I actually put it down. Otherwise, I would have been fucked.
The Fable Worry. And in comes the debt.
Yep.
Oh,
GG.
And the winner is Azel 101.
Damn. I won through capitalism.
By Daisy's best efforts, you cannot overcome the debt.
She can never overcome the debt, both in EDO Pro and in the quiz.
Nope.
Kirby's points have gone unchanged. Azelf has gained 400 points.
I now can
honestly,
secure.
for such a big round, you'd think you would have wagered more. Daisy is 17,000 points in debt.
I didn't know what. Look, with how insane the other ones are, I didn't know if the last one was gonna be just play Yu-Gi-Oh!
Luxter has 799 points.
Yeah, no, okay, so the one was like, if I win, I'd be like 1 point above 2,400, more or less. That was the goal.
You know what? Somehow this result is about what I expected. And now, the final results of the quiz. Coming in at first place with a whopping 66,000 points is Kirby Star Warrior who, despite not being here, I will gladly accept the trophy on his behalf.
Kirby wins by doing absolutely nothing.
In his words, play Yakuza 0. Coming in second at however many points, Azelf101, who was nearly going to win if not for that huge upset at the beginning of the Shadow Games.
Yeah, no, it really was just the Shadow King starting. I was so focused on merely surviving, I'm not gonna lie.
And coming in third, and definitely standing among the greats, Luxter! And also Daisy's trapped in the Shadow Realm, I guess. She tried. Honestly, it could have been her game if that bet actually paid off and she knew her spreadsheet. She is going to be trapped in torment for the next 17,000 days.
Okay, days.
Anyways, I have one more question to ask you all. What should the viewers of this video do right now?
Just have fun, take care, just relax in life, or...
Wrong! Like and subscribe! Go to the Doom Pit!
I was about to say like and subscribe.
Ding ding, you did it!
I'm out of the Doom Nexus!
Ignore the voices trapped in the Torment Nexus.
You're British, unironically. And you're a bottom.
I'd like to thank Sarah for hosting this game. I'd like to thank Azzy, Daisy, and Luxtor for being such good opponents. I'd like to thank Daisy for being bad at math and letting me know that I can just leave the game now without having to worry about being overtaken in points. But yeah, this was such a fun time, and I am so glad I managed to pull off that underdog win. You know, it's fitting that because the Beyblade song Underdog. Hey, Sarah, play Underdog to close this video out. It is all for when I get my comeback. Either way works. But yeah, this was a really fun time, and thanks everyone for watching.
Also, now that the video is done, do feel free to join me on Twitch, because when this video comes out, I'll probably be streaming Deltarune Chapter 5. Hopefully you'll get a kick out of seeing me react to, like, Omega Icy for the first time. That's gonna be crazy.